Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top right side as the magenta Holy Roman Empire, we have Liquid DeMu. Spawn on bottom left side as the yellow Japanese, we have Ivaelluru. Butchered that well enough. A lot of shorefish in this map. Japanese could do something crazy with the fishing boats. They do get discounted fishing boats. But I feel like they'll eat through the shortfish quite quickly. I don't know if that's a good or bad idea. 3 shortfish is not a whole lot. They are delicious though, and we should just take time to collect them up like this. Shortfish collects the same rate as deer, so it is better to collect them shortfish than sheep. Deer does offer increased carrying capacity, while shortfish does not. Same carrying capacity as sheep. So, but either way, he'll be swimming with a lot of food. He's going to be very well fed. Japanese fishing boats are cheaper, making it a little more useful to go like this, but it also is a bit of investment and first. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Guess we'll find out soon enough. We do now the Auction Chapman being pulled on the field. Also, a deer and boar deposit here, but looks like deer deposit is in groups of 5 rather than groups of 7. So, smaller deer deposits, but both of the Japanese deer deposits are pretty close by each other. Well, over here it's just Pumbaa gracing the boar, or gracing the deer. Also, boar has been buffed in this patch, where it now has 2,200 resources rather than just 2,000. Don't know if that makes a massive difference, but it promotes people being more on the map. Japanese player is still pretty far from aging up. Needs a little bit more food and gold. Going to see a barracks here. Got 2 docks here. Don't know if that's a good or bad idea. Here, a storehouse not being built will grant him free farms. We got some spearmen now being employed in the field by the Holy Roman Empire, which is something I was not expecting. I thought he was going to go for man-at-arms. Local doggo demands head pats. No, just demands a stick. He did not throw him the stick, you monster. Spearmen do offer, of course, standardized torch damage, so maybe I need to use that. Barracks now being built there. He needs to get out some samurai. So we probably need to get the hardened samurai research as well. Like the English, you can get out some early or H2 heavy units. We do now have, or H1 heavy. We now got the Oni Boogie Shot, which are better than spearmen in 1v1 combat as well. Not a bad item. Dock slowly being torched on down. Let's group up some boogie shawls over down here. Also queued up a samurai, all from the same production queue. Let's see, what's the production rates? Samurai gets pretty similar rate as man-at-arms, looks like. Spearmen still the same. Boogie shawls apply the similar range rate as spearmen. They cost the same amount as spearmen. In comparison to 90 health, 8 damage, 1.88 attack speed versus 7 damage, so lower damage, twice the attack speed, and a little less health. Twice attack speeds, their DPS is much higher. We got a regular samurai actually see combat, and rare sight of a samurai who doesn't have the Otachi upgrade and who's unupgraded whatsoever in combat. Very rare sight indeed. I don't think I've ever seen an H1 samurai actually be deployed in combat. And with am I stupid for saying that? Probably. Oni Boogie Shawls do also have insanely high movement speed. Samurai has man-at-arms movement speed. May want to separate from the formation. Let these little ladies run forward. 10 damage. He is hardened samurai now. He gets a fancy hat, and now the prelate's starting to get done, slice apart there. Got a fast castaway to go for the Regni's Cathedral, try to go for the relics. Farmhouse being established next to the deer. And that prelate does go down. That may be the one inside the Aachen Chapel. No, it was not. Scout finds this prelate there, so probably won't be able to stop him. Samurai slice apart these villagers. We got some Holy Roman Empire crossbows being pulled in the field. Both these civilizations are known for strong melee infantry. The Holy Roman Empire, of course, is the premier man-at-arms civilization, offering 2 upgrades. One to give them +2 damage versus everything, and another one gets +6 damage versus heavy. Versus Samurai, who gets the Otachi upgrade, giving +3 damage versus all infantry units, as well as deflection capability and 1 additional blacksmith upgrade. So the comparisons are quite similar. On paper, it seems like Holy Roman Empire man-arms will beat Samurai, but remember as well, deflection is a very powerful effect, and the Bandit Man can also provide a pretty nice aura effect. I have a hard time saying which one's better. Deflection's hard to calculate, honestly. Which will probably go a long way versus the Holy Roman Empire's man-at-arms. And with the reworked elite army tactics, both sides can get really high melee armor. Level 2 blacksmith melee research for the Japanese player, as well as forestry. Forum Empire player does have wheelbarrow research. Prelate will go down. Magenta's only claimed 1 relic so far, so he's doing a good job. This relic's camped. This one's unlikely to be obtained. This one relic's being camped. So it looks like Magenta needs to start sending out combat groups to help secure the relics. That prelate will go down. There's a good number of these prelates now. That scout got left out. Got some crossbowmen there, so those some man-at-arms. Scout down. And now a horseman push way forward. Right now, Magenta's army is 13 versus opponent's 34. Japanese players still age 2 and is very far from aging on up. So age 3 man-at-arms can be quite nice right now. These villagers are going down, not if we're inside the capital. Man-at-arms have right now 4 melee armor, and no additional blacksmith resources. Another prelate goes down, right there, I think. Oni Bugishas right now have 8 damage, so they're going to do 4 damage per strike against the man-arms with a little bit of extra range. Samurai does go down there. Handful of samurai in the field. He's got a couple more villagers there. Magenta's lost 7 villagers so far. Down by 9. Now we're taking a bit of damage there. Crossbow finds a volley there. Blood takes a bit of damage. These guys are falling on back now. Multiple of these farms have been set ablaze. Deer does go down there. Crossman firing away. Not much heavy in the region. Actually, none of whatsoever. Crossbow not going super great at the moment. Man-arms will be very effective. These are just right now regular spearmen, not even hardened spearmen. So they're not going to accomplish all too much. Another pullout goes down, but it still only is claimed one relic. Crossbow firing away, towns that are fully garrisoned. Those villagers being chased. They'll get sliced apart there. Magenta is now down to 29 villagers versus opponent's 43. It's not looking good for Magenta. Can't really save the Palace of Swabia because that's quite an investment there. This farm looks like it will be burnt down. Yellow's not pushing ground with these forces. Yellow's pretty close for an Asia, plugging for the floating gardens. Backing out this deer by significant numbers, 29 villagers there. He literally has no food at the moment as well. He does have a villager queue at the moment, going for survival techniques. He's already pretty much eaten all the deer. I don't think the survival technique is actually going to be super useful right now. And only increase gathering rate. If it was drop off, yeah, that'll make sense. But right now, just gathering rate. Horsemen and Boogishaw charging way forward. Does have textiles at least. Floating gate now being researched as well. Horseman taking some damage. Horseman does go down. All these forces streaming on forward, including a bannerman. Out there does get back inside the Akin Chapel. Don't know how long he's been out of it. We got now the veteran samurai research as well. Pumbaa and deer can still be obtained. He's already eaten all that deer. Now he's going for the fish deposit. Main arms are getting sliced up by the Boogishaws. Rails pushing forward force, 36 versus 47 villagers. Couple of these crossbow will be picked on off there. Good attack there by the crossbones. Yellow is slowly being whittled down also by the capital. Carla taking a little bit of damage there. Carla trying to find more relics, but he's having trouble just staying alive. Blue has claimed 2 relics so far. Yellow has picked up 1. And now do have the mounted archer, the Onomusha, which does less damage and less DPS than a crossbowman, but does have, of course, mobility of a knight. We now have the heavy mace research now being researched. Which allows him hard to counter the samurai with his man-at-arms, but he's countering the Otachi upgrade. That does +4 damage because of not +3, my bad. 4 does go down. So in total, the samurai would get +5 damage to the extra blacksmith research with a damage multiplier on top of it. Yeah, I think the samurai and the mana arms will probably be very evenly matched. Spring golds could be very useful to help determine the ties and the engagements.
Gute Leistung meinerseits.
Got now 2-handed weapons being researched.
Gute Leistung meinerseits.
Gute Leistung meinerseits.
Horseman, Boogishaw, and a samurai push me forward.
Gute Leistung meinerseits.
Capital does get some rounds there. All this hunted meat will be cleaned on up. Survival techniques is being useful, but remember as well, the steer deposits in groups of 5. I don't know if survival techniques affect shoreline collection. It says hunting meat. Does fishing count as hunt? It says food source. It doesn't say anything about being a huntable food source, so I have no idea. Is fishing considered a form of hunting? That's a philosophical question. After all, vegetarians say fish is occasionally fine to eat as well, even though fish is a meat. You know what? Say that in the comments, whether it be live or in the YouTube video. Is fishing hunting, whether it be in-game or in real life? Boogishaw is heading down south. 1 sacred site captured. Magenta has claimed up 3 relics. Yellow's claimed up 0. This relic is encapsulated. That's going to be safe, Yellow. And there's actually a relic right here. So looks like Yellow does not have a monastery to throw the relics into. Fishing boats here in patrol move. Just delete them. They just consume population at this moment in time. Maybe just trying to use them as some sort of meat shield. Oh, can't really be a meat shield if there's no fish on board. Okay, that is just going to be a stupid joke from now on, isn't it? Horsemen now in very large numbers, 24 horsemen right there. We got a decent number of crossbow and mana arms. Only one spearman has a pair of lance connects. Lance connects are very nice. Get some good melee AoE damage. With the elite army tactics now, they also get +4 melee armor. That's interesting. Got a single Yumi archer in the field. Right there's the Yumi archer. Horseman got ripped apart there. We got the blunt weapons and 200 weapons. His opponent does have a decent number of samurai. Blue Fireflyer has 51 villagers for his opponent's 64. So remember as well, just -6 fishing boats. Okay. Now the more I realize it, it's not a big difference between the two. The 6 fishing boat difference is quite significant. So imagine this down to 59 versus 52. So he's only been down about 5 villages the entire game while he's lost 14. I don't know how that math adds up, but apparently it does. Guess Yellow made a cut village reduction, just failed to build village for a time frame. He has lost 0 villagers, so I have no idea. Because the 14 now just poses other questions of how did it get that different now? Spearman charging way forward. A couple of lance connects on over here. Machete just started stepping away with the entire formation. Horseman just trying to push way forward to the crossbowman. A couple horsemen here getting intercepted by the lance connects. Lance connects have really high damage. Crossbowman in a good position there. Sacred Side has been decaptured. Northern one. Machete's crossbowman still in a good position. Both sides' front lines are largely disintegrated. These mounted archers, of course, are a crossbow variant, but with lower base damage, say relatively similar health. They can be supported out by bannermen to improve their damage output. Yellow's not falling back. He may want to split the formation, let the horsemen run forward. They are affected by the cavalry bannerman, not the ranged bannerman as well. Now got military academies being researched by Magenta, as well as melee damage. Crossbowmen are taking out some fishing boats. I suppose they are being a bit of meat shield. Still just regular spearmen on the field for the Japanese player. She's going for some spring gold and placements somewhere. The number of farms now being established for the Japanese player. He is eating some of these berries and the fish up here. He does have all of his wheelbarrow research, his unique wheelbarrow research, so his berries collecting up to 75% faster than normal, which should be very high, unless that number got changed to the balance patch, because it seems like all the economic upgrades got adjusted a little bit. Not the early wood and gold, but the later wood and gold get adjusted. Because after all, the final gold research actually improves the drop-off rate of gold. It doesn't affect stone, I believe. And all the farming research got reduced by 10%. Wait. Increased by 60%. Wasn't it like 70% per high point? So it looks like that got nerfed as well. Does get inside the Daimyo Palace. Has a lot of extra arrows firing away now. Magenta has an army of 80 versus opponent's Yellow's armies of 45. Couple of the mounted some of the horsemen does go down. Not too many spearmen remains left for Magenta, nor his man-at-arms. Mostly just composed of crossbowmen. Relatively fair fight between the two. Does have the cavalry bow bannerman nearby, including the damage by 50%. Then Kashima gunsmith now being put on the field, of course giving some free gunpowder units. These guys right now doing 14 damage per strike. These guys are doing 14. The bannerman does go down. Was doing 14 damage per strike, now 12. Same attack speed. 80 health versus 80 health. With the cavalry bannerman nearby, these guys are effective to save his crossbow, just more movement speed. Their cost as well is 140, so they actually are work some of the crossbow as well. Couple horsemen advance way forward. Magenta has a higher destroy value than Yellow. Then archers research on the way for the Holy Room Empire player. And remember as well, the archers. Let's find a couple archers. He has no archers in the field. The description says they do bonus versus light gunpowder units. Where's the Tengashima? There it is. The Otsu, or however you pronounce it, are heavy gunpowder units. They're not light gunpowder units. They will not receive bonus damage from the archers. So keep that in mind. Unless, yeah, you can see on top it says heavy ranged gunpowder infantry. So at this point in time, while the archers seem like really good for pretty much all age 4 gunpowder units, you can spam those guys out, and you should be at least more resilient to the archer fire. I don't remember if they have any inherent range armor off the top of my head, but they probably will still get outranged by the archers with the silk bow research. Also, Suave not being established, that'll help them get his villager count. Well, it's actually graded by 10. Some Hinken near Arshagaru. Doesn't say a light, but I'm pretty sure they are technically classified as light. Regular archers should do bonus damage to them. Got various elite research now on the way for the Holy Roman Empire player. Yellows have 2 relics, Magellan's have 3. These guys are affected by the range bonus, so they get some pretty good damage multipliers. More horsemen push way forward. I don't think the crossbowman. I do think he should go for. Oh, sees all the archer units. Should probably eye for the archer, or going for the Hinkan Ashgaru musketeers. They probably should eye for the archers. Elite horse, spear and elite man arms, which makes perfect sense to me. Now we got the final gold raw research. It says gold gatherers drop off 50% more resources. So that is a very different and much more powerful and faster collection rates. It means your resources last longer while providing more income. Oh, there goes a... Oh, your Shiro there could be placed down somewhere. More Hankanniers. Going for some Hankannier Ashigarus. Hankannier here. Now got Elite Army Tactics, which does improve melee armor by 4 and melee damage by 20%. Couple of magenta Hankanniers here, but yellow has a lot more buffed up by the Banner Man. What's the new upgrade called for the Hankannier? Serpentine Gunpowder? I believe that increases damage versus melee units, right? Or just light melee? If there's universe in the field, which there is, let's see. Yeah, Serpentine Gunpowder. Here's get plus 8 damage versus melee infantry, which will be very effective and may be affected by the percentage multiplier as well. We also now have a Shogunate Castle here on the capital. Oh, it looks like they nerfed the silk bowstring. Beforehand, it was plus 2 range for archers, plus 1 range for mounted archers, but also that was nerfed in the recent patch. This is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.